TNT. So let's go. Hello, YouTube. Hi, Spotify, or anybody who is here listening to us. This is TNT, a platform where we come to communicate in English, Spanish, French, Italian, and German. It's a safe place. We are not here to correct one each other. We're here just to talk 100% in English. And this is not a regular class. It's just an immersion. So there isn't any material or teacher or someone to correct you. It's just a safe place to speak. What else? We're going live on YouTube. So the immersions are usually live. The classes are not. So if you want to take classes, if you want to have classes, if you're a beginner or intermediate student, you can go to our website and find more information. The website is talkandtalk.com.br. Right now, I'm going to split us in breakout rooms so that everybody has the chance to talk a little bit. In the breakout rooms, please be respectful. Choose someone to guide the conversation. This person just have to make sure everybody's going to have some time to answer the questions. Okay, today we have 13 people here. I'm going to be in the main room with, someone left. I'm going to be in the main room with Giovanna, Mario, and Sara. And the other guys are going to be in the breakout rooms. Guys, I'm splitting you in 2 rooms with 4. So please, if your room gets empty, just come back to the main room. Okay? I think that's it. I really hope you have a good time and enjoyed the conversation. At around 9:50, I will call everybody back so that we can wrap this up. Do you have any questions? No, it's good. So let's get started. See you in a few minutes. Let's go. If you didn't receive an invitation, this means you're going to be here in the main room with me. So we're going to start introducing ourselves. I'm going to start. My name is Bruna. I live in São Paulo with my family. I work as a teacher and also as a community manager here on TNT. And I think that's it. I like the education field since I am a teacher. And I think this is a really interesting topic. So what about you, Sara? Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi guys, my name is Sarah. I am 25. I work as a software developer. I live in Precisa, Minas Gerais. And I'm also a host here on TNT. And that's it.
Thank you so much. Sara has been hosting in the afternoons on Mondays, right, at 3. So if you want to attend her meetings, it's going to be nice. G, your turn, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Giovanna. I live in Brumadinho, Minas Gerais, and I'm 22 years old, and I want to start as a host, but usually I attend to the French immersions, so I'm kind of new in the English ones, and that's it.
Very good. But like, this is not your first time in the English immersion, right?
I guess this is my first time. Yeah.
No way. Yeah. Okay, that's nice. Welcome, then. Mario, what about you?
Hi, everyone. My name is Mario. I live in São Paulo. I am 60. I'm married. I work for data analytics, love sports. And I'm afraid of this room because I think it's the advanced people. I am afraid. Wow, it's and I think it's the subject we talk about is very interesting. I know nothing about this. That's it.
Okay, Mario, it's okay. I must confess I don't know a lot either. You know, I think I saw the video a bit before coming to the meeting, but into it. But I'm going to share experiences and so it's okay. So let's see the first one. Do you think homeschooling is a good idea? G, what do you think?
Before I watched the video, I thought homeschooling was really, how can I say it? really unlikely to be teach to young children. But I think there are particular cases that we have to do homeschooling, such as like when she said in the video that she has disabilities, and this is maybe important for some people. So I think that it's a complicated topic, but yeah, it depends. My answer is depends.
Good. I totally got you. And even watching the video, I'm still not sure, maybe I'm too, since I work as a teacher and I have this vision, of school as an environment, not just to learn academic stuff, but also to socialize, maybe I would say I don't agree that much, but I think it's nice what she said on the video, like it's a good point. It may work for some kids, but for now, I would say I don't agree that much, Maybe if I go deeper, if I read more, maybe I change my mind. Mari, what's your opinion on this? Like, it's okay if you don't know a lot, but how do you see it?
Yes, ma'am. I don't know a lot. I need to study about this, but I like the idea about the beneficials homeschooling. Like it's flexible hours to learn in our pace, like the video show us. I think it's, in my opinion, we can generate more self-confidence for the child. That's it.
Great. Yes, that self-confidence part is really important sometimes. When students have to follow the school's pace, they cannot feel that comfortable, or it can be too fast for their development. So it's hard. Yeah. What do you think, Sarah?
I think thinking on the rational side of it, thinking of how homeschooling actually is, it maybe is a lot of work for a mom or a dad to homeschool a kid. But I was just imagining myself homeschooling my kids and taking them to museums. It must be very fun. But yeah, I don't think I would do that because I don't think I could handle the not the pressure, but the amount of work to take care of a child's education and also their lives, and they prepare their foods and everything. I think that's a lot of work just for a person.
Great point, because parents are already overwhelmed, right? Mainly mothers, with the mother stuff, like taking care of the kids, sometimes working, doing adult life stuff, right? So really, really difficult. And just answering the second question, would you be qualified to homeschool your children? What qualifications should parents have to do it? Thinking about it, it's really difficult because, for example, those guys on the video, their parents taught them some good at math. Depending on the area she wanted to work on, or on the, I don't know, on her future, this could have been prejudicial, and could be harmful for her and for her future, So I think it's really, really difficult when it comes to this point, but I would say I'm not qualified, because I just know English, a little bit of biology, because I studied in a health course, but it's not that I'm good at it. I just know a few stuff. Physics, I'm terrible. Chemistry too. I don't know if I'm qualified. Mario, what about you? What do you think?
Yes, Bruno, I agree with you. The same. I don't know what those qualifications would be necessary. My case, I like technology, computer program, but math, but just this. Also, yeah. I don't know if is enough to teach my children. I don't know if it's necessary a training about to do. That's it.
Yeah, maybe a course, right? I don't know. This could be something. How do you see it, Sarah?
I think if we put together me and my boyfriend, maybe yes, because he's very smart. He's amazingly smart in everything. And I think I would be great at teaching yoga and instruments and emotional health, for kids. I think that's important. But I don't think that I could keep the kids paying attention to me. I think that's the hardest part for me, because I don't know, they're very, kids needs interesting stuff to keep paying attention. They don't have the attention that we have in the class. So for me, that's the hardest part. But I definitely could teach kids with my knowledge of school and high school and everything.
Okay, yeah, so that's good. And you know what? There's something else. Maybe if the parents, I don't know, follow like a guide or a book, or I don't know, maybe a schedule or a program, this may be possible doing it, or just like Mario said, taking a course. What do you think? What's your opinion? Would you be able to do it?
I think I wouldn't be able, because I think for homeschooling someone, you have to know something that it's called, like, how is it in English? It's like not psychology, but it's psychopedagogia. I don't know how to say it in English. It's like how to teach someone. Yeah. And I think that teachers are like instructed to do this, and parents aren't. Maybe it depends on the parent. So I wouldn't be qualified, because I'm from human subject, so I'm not really on the side of math and the other things. So I don't think I will be 100% qualified. I think that it's most of like I will be qualified to complement the education of my children after school, but not really homeschooling. So yeah, it's really hard to homeschool. And like Bruna said, having a schedule is really important, because you have to teach not only basic subjects like math, English, and everything else, and just like Sarah said, like you have to know how to teach them emotional intelligence, other things like martial arts, or I don't know. You have to have really complement education to have an efficient schooling in your home, because school has all of this, so yeah.
Oh yes, we let's see the next one. Really nice what you've been saying. What are the advantages of homeschooling? We saw a little bit on the video. We kind of talked about it a bit here, but let's focus on this. Sarah, what do you think?
I think the main advantage that I can think of is the kids don't have to deal with bullying. I don't know, because I think schools in the United States that I see in the movies, they seem so hard. People don't like each other. People are mean to each other. So I think in a homeschool, we can treat them better. They can feel safe. There are other advantages, I think, but I cannot think of anything else rather than this right now.
Yeah, this is something, and school like the school environment can harm a lot of children. Like actually other students can bully, and this is really, really bad. And it's really difficult, because all of these traumas, we take them for the rest of our lives. We never forget, like never. Everybody has something at school that we didn't like, or that it was a problem, and then it reflect on us somehow when we grow up. At the same time, it kind of teaches us something. And it is important because if you don't face it at school, maybe when you face it, I don't know, in college or at the workplace, you will have already had that, you would have had that experience, So I don't know, it's really really difficult. That thing of students learning at their own pace is really nice. Also about going out a lot, going to museums. At schools, we not always have the chance, to explore the streets or the markets or the stuff, other places, travel. I don't know. It's not really common. So this is something nice too. G, what do you think?
I agree with Sarah. I think that bullying is a really a question that we have to put in, but I think that another advantage is that you can focus on what you're really what are the children really wants for her life. Like if the children is more like a math person, or you can focus on that area. And I think also another advantage is for disabled, because you can build another way of learning that person, so she can really learn. And the school doesn't have this possibility. The school will teach everybody in the same way. So yeah.
Yeah, maybe next week we are going to talk about ableism and this thing related to disabled people. And I don't know, maybe schools should be ready, but they are not, to receive these students. So it's really, really complicated. What do you think, Marcio? What are the advantages?
I agree with all. I think it's another points can be I said before flexible hours. Like the video show us, it's to learn in our pace. I said it's possible that your parents generate more self-confidence for the child. And the focus is, I think it's in the knowledge and not for grades. That's it.
Good point. There isn't grade. Oh gosh, I haven't thought about it, but it's just focus on the content, right? You're going to learn it. It doesn't matter your grade. That's a bad point at schools too. Very good. Well, let's go to the next one. So according to your experience, like the experience you had at school, would you have preferred homeschooling or going to school? Maybe you can share if your parents could teach you, if they would have been good teachers for you. So G, what do you think?
I think I would prefer to go to school, but also I think it depends. Maybe I prefer go to school because I don't think my parents would have time to homeschool me. But it's kind of, if I could take the bad part of school, like socializing part, I would take it off because it wasn't really easy. But yeah, I think I would still prefer school.
Good. Yes, me too. I had a nice school time. I was privileged actually. I studied at a nice school. My friends were really nice. It was great, so I can't complain. I know I was privileged in this case. Like I went to a private school and everything, so I didn't have a bad experience. From my perspective, I liked going to school, but I know it's not like this with everybody, so it's difficult. What about you, Sarah?
I also went to a nice school and had nice friends. I still have nice friends from school. We're still friends, so I cannot complain too. And I think that if I was gonna be homeschooled, my parents will be able to do that because my mom loves Portuguese, history, biology, and everything, and my father loves math, physics, and chemistry. He's a chemistry teacher. So yeah, they will be able to homeschool me, but my mom is very angry and mad. She's a very, how can I say that? I think you got it.
Strict?
Yeah, strict, very strict. So that would be terrible. She was already strict when I was at home. Imagine if I was at home all day with her. No, that wouldn't work.
Yes, my mom was really strict too. So yes, I don't know if it would have worked. Mario, what about you?
I don't know if I think it's I said before, I think it's interesting. I like the idea. But I think it's homeschooling is a modality that that parents is necessary to have a certain financial condition, a good financial condition, because you need time to be teacher or hire someone to teach your child. So I like the idea, but I think it's not for all the families, né? Principally in our country today.
Yes, definitely. It's really, really complicated, and that thing you're saying is really, maybe it's a problem we have in many countries who allow that allows homeschooling, but it's really, really hard. Yes, the financial part. Well, we were talking about bullying, right? So I'm going to move it to question number 7. That is, homeschooling avoids many problems such as bullying. Considering this, should government encourage more homeschooling? Giovanna.
Since we're talking about this, Brazil is starting, I don't know if it's in the Congress, but it's starting to have rumors about homeschooling being legal in Brazil. So I think that maybe we'll have it too. I don't know. But anyways, in my opinion, I think that I don't know if really avoids bullying, because you may be bullied because you're not only bullied in school. School is mainly the place that people are bullied, but I think that it can happen in other certain environments, not only school. So I don't know if it really avoids like this, but yeah. What about you, Sarah? What you think?
I agree with you, Giovanna. I think, yeah, we cannot run away from bullying just because we're putting kids in their homes. But I also think that more than encouraging homeschooling, government should encourage some kind of emotional classes to kids at school so they can deal with their emotional problems, because I think that will help them not bully other kids. Yeah. What about you, Mari?
Yeah, I think the bullying it's a big real problem. But I think that the bullying needs to be avoided in schools with information for students and teachers, and don't choose homeschooling to avoid homeschooling. It's my opinion.
Yes, it shouldn't be like homeschool children shouldn't be the solution for bullying, right? Like, oh, yes, I'm just going to homeschool my children because I don't want them to be bullied, So I agree with you, yeah. I don't know if maybe I think it's that point Mario brought about the financial part. I think is really, really nice, and also if the parents are prepared, like academically, to do it, I don't know how the laws or the things that are like the way it's going to be guided here, but I think parents should, if this is a future solution, parents should be prepared academically, to do it, or at least oriented, somehow, maybe for the, I don't know, for the minister, or for, I don't know, for some governmental thing, or area, to maybe really guide them or help them with the things that shouldn't be missed. I think there are some really important stuff in schools. Let's go back to number 6. How can parents who homeschool kids give the opportunity to their children to socialize with others? Because socialization is a big part of school, right? Making friends, having these experiences. How can they do it? Sarah, please.
I was just gonna look up the name of that movie. I think it's Captain Fantastic. I don't know the translation. Did you see it?
Which one?
It's about a family who didn't like the government stuff, and or the couple actually, and they decided to raise their children in the woods. So the children was very smart, like amazingly smart, more smart than other kids in school, because they read a lot, they had a lot of books, and the parents were very smart too. But yeah, the social capacity of them was bad. They didn't know how to interact with other children. So I think it's very important as part of interaction. And how can parents do that? Live in a place with other kids, like the guy from the video said, he lived in a neighborhood with other kids who were also homeschooled. And I don't know, take a few trips so the kids can meet other people, can live in society. Yeah, I think that's it.
Very good. What's your opinion, Mario?
Yes, I agree with Sarah. It's another point can be your child participating in team sports like a tennis class, ballet, soccer, and as your video show us, it's possible to be in contact with other families that adopt homeschooling. It's possible. That's it, Bruno.
Very good. No, great. It's great. Very good. Yes, maybe the neighbors too, like or other kids in the family, right, have access to, I don't know, cousins or friends, this can be another way too. Or just like you said, maybe extra activities such as ballet or Muay Thai or other sport classes, team sports such as soccer, basketball, I don't know. It can help a lot. What do you think, G?
Yeah, I agree. Be part of extracurricular activities would help to socialize those kids, and also be part of communities like, I don't know, church communities or neighborhood communities, anything like that, so they can have another opportunities to socialize.
Very good. That's it. Thank you so much. Well, talking about college now, because I feel this is something complicated, mainly when we are talking about vestibular, and these tests. Does homeschooling prepare kids academically, and can they be ready for college just being homeschooled? Like, do you think homeschool can prepare a kid for college? Mario, what do you think?
Well, Bruno, sorry, it's a hard question for me because I don't know. It's I would like to have a deeper idea in past studies in countries that already adopted this model, like USA, Africa, Canada. But sorry, I don't have data about this. I think it's possible because it's the homeschooling is adopting in these countries, but it's just opinion. Sorry, I don't know.
Okay. No problem. We are just sharing our ideas here. There's no right or wrong.
I would like to know if it's possible.
Yeah, according to the guy on the video, it is, right? He took the test, but I must confess, I don't know. Maybe if I was a mother, you know, and if I needed to homeschool, or if I wanted to homeschool my children, maybe in high school, I would hire someone to help, you know, in this part, because we know that these tests, they are really hard, you know, and then students sometimes take more years to be approved and to pass. So I don't know if I would feel comfortable maybe being in charge of everything, you know, of this big responsibility. I don't know. What's your opinion, G?
Like Mario said, it would require really research to really understand like the real reality if homeschool prepare kids for SATs and those tests. But I think that it depends of how the homeschool went. If the parents were prepared to really teach those things that things that are in the SATs, maybe the kid will be good. But if it doesn't, if it's not the case, maybe it doesn't. So I think it depends. What about you?
Go ahead, Sarah. Me or Sarah?
I asked you, but it doesn't.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You know, as I said, I think if I think maybe I think parents should have some help. You know, when maybe not about the academic part only, but the structure of the test. You know, giving some tips. I don't know if because since we like teachers are there to teach, you know, and they are prepared in their areas to do their job, you know, they have this knowledge, so they are an important part. I am a teacher, so I need to kind of defend us, you know, defend my field, you know. We are ready to teach our subject. We studied, we went to college, we are prepared, you know, and we are trying to make schools a better place. Of course, I know I am working online, so it's a bit different, you know. It's not a regular school, but like teachers are trying hard to make it work, you know. So maybe I would hire someone. Or maybe just send children to school when they are in high school. Maybe this would be a possibility too. I don't know. What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, definitely in high school, the amount of content is harder than when you are in preschool, I think. Preschool? I don't know the name. But I have to disagree a little bit with you, Bruna. I think, yeah, I recognize the importance of teachers, but I think a lot of teachers, not all of them, but a lot of them, it seems like they went to college, studied that, and just start vomiting the content that they learned without any kind of prepared, how can I say, schooling preparation. You know, they don't have the, I think you got what I meant, right?
Yes, like they are not ready, you know,
they are not ready.
Yeah, and I won't disagree, you know, because you're totally right. It totally happens. Everybody has already had a teacher that wasn't good, you know, that was bad, or that couldn't transmit their knowledge. And yeah, maybe it's part of the process too, you know, just like the girl on the video, her mother was bad at math, you know.
Yeah.
And she didn't learn it that well, you know. So it's complicated.
I think that sometimes it matters the most if you have the techniques to teach your children than the knowledge, you know, because the knowledge we have in books. So nowadays I can learn stuff by myself because I'm an adult. I've learned how to learn. So that's easy for me. But so I can find all the content that I want in books, in the internet. And I think children from this last generation, they can do that also. They found a lot of stuff in the internet. So if they have the right method to study, to learn, I think they can learn anything they want.
Yes, that thing of learning how to learn, it's really complicated. And I must be
Yeah.
sure here, you know, I still don't know if I know how to learn. I am every day improving and trying to change my study methods. So it's hard.
Yeah.
Talking about money now, cash, is it cheaper to homeschool than to send a child to public or private school? What do you think? Because we also need to think of the materials, you know, maybe books and everything. I know parents usually buy the materials, right? Mainly books, but there are some things at school. I don't know. Let's hear from you, Mario. What do you think?
Yes, my opinion, Bruno, I think it's to a private school, sure. I think it's more cheaper. But the public school would be cheaper than homeschooling. But we have problems with the quality, unfortunately, in our country. Yes, that's it.
I agree with you. And I was thinking here of my education because my school, like there was a lab, you know, like chemistry lab, physics lab, and of course I would say homeschooling is cheaper, but also these stuff, you know, this chemistry or physics stuff we can find in museums. That there is
Yes.
a science museum here in São Paulo, for example, that we kind of had the same
Yes.
equipment, it's the same thing. So I would say it's also cheaper because you don't have to pay for the transport or the food. You can choose the food, you know, you can buy it something cheaper. I don't know, difficult.
Yes,
G,
perfect.
what's your point of view?
I would say that it depends too, because like here in Brazil, I think will be cheaper to homeschool because you don't have to pay for transport, like you said, or for food. But in United States, is a little bit different. I think public school offers those things, like such as food or such as transport. So it depends. Yeah. And you, Sarah, what you think?
I think I don't see things that way anymore cheap and expensive. I think this is relative. For me, it's cheaper to pay someone to clean my house because I can take that time and work and earn more money. So I think if it's up to me to decide between homeschooling and sending my kids to school, I think for me it's cheaper to send them to school because I have the whole day for myself, maybe to work, maybe to do something else. So for me it's cheaper, but I agree with you guys. All of those things you said about transport, about structure, you know, about labs, I agree with that too.
Yeah, very good. I will add another question here. That is, do you think homeschooling hinders a child's development? So it's like decrease or it can make it worse. G, what's your opinion?
I think for socializing, it can lower their development because obviously it's not the same type of socialization. I think that if I would be homeschooled, I wouldn't be social at all because I don't know, I learned a lot in school. And for other things, I think that it can enhance their development, like in areas that we don't learn in school, like financial economy, like how to deal with money or how to deal with your emotional intelligence. If the parents are prepared to teach those kids, I think they can be really better than schooled kids.
Very good. Great point. What's your opinion, Sarah?
I agree with G. I think We have advantages and disadvantages. Definitely can hinder, never heard of that word, hinder a child's development about in the social field. But yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else to add. Sorry.
It's okay. No problem at all. Mario, what about you?
Yes. I agree with Sally G. I think it's my opinion about the cons. The homeschooling is possible. It's socialization. Yes, a big problem. We have limited subjects to teach. I think it's a problem too. And some cases, I don't know. Sorry, I forgot the word. Falta of structure in some subjects. So it's possible to hinder them a child's development using homeschooling. That's it.
That's great. Thank you so much. And yes, I will go with you. You know, I think socialization, maybe the way that children deal with the problems too at school. Sometimes we need to learn how to deal with our problems without our parents' support, you know, because our parents are not going to be there to help us all the time, you know. So at school, I think we need to face alone some stuff, you know, and this is something that teaches us a lot, you know. So this can be something else in the development. Maybe when it comes to homeschooling too, parents can be overprotective, you know, and wanting to check on their children a lot because they will be responsible for everything, and at school they don't have the control all the time. So this can be something else too. Maybe kids can be freer, you know, to do what they want. I don't know. Guys, the last one, I will call the guys back, but I want to ask you the last question, the number 10. Would you recommend homeschooling? If so, why? And if you're not, why not? Mari, would you recommend it?
My opinion, if I had a child with learning difficulties or a special child like autism, certainly, it's a great idea. But it's normal kids. I don't know. I like the idea, very interesting. For example, I have a grandson. He is 1 year old, and I love teach and program computer. I have been studying computer for kids in my free time for 1 day. I think it's possible to children for 3 or 4 years. I hope to teach him. I know it's he will have these concepts in school, but I'd like to teach my way. That's
very
it.
Good, very good. Thank you so much. And you, Sarah?
Yeah, I don't know. I never met someone who was homeschooled, so I cannot recommend that. But I'm with Mario. Maybe if someone was disabled, had some kind of learning difficulties, yeah, for sure.
Very good. And what about you, G?
I agree with them. I think that it depends. So if we're talking about a disabled, I would recommend homeschool, but I don't know. I never, like Sarah, I never met someone who were homeschooled. So I don't really know what I would say.
Okay, that's good. Thank you so much. Welcome back, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed the conversation. I want to know from you, let's check with Atamis, how was the conversation for you?
It was very interesting, very interesting. I think I was the only person who were homeschooled until a certain age. So, but I don't think it's a good example because I was homeschooled, but my parents hired a teacher. So it is different. So, but I was good because I had more more time, more flexibility. I just was around my parents, family, and friends on the streets, not just random kids. So I could choose who I want to, not choose, but I socialize just with people I like it. So, but when I went to school, I've learned what was racism, for example, because I didn't know it until then. So, and it was good because I learned how to defend myself. I would be more fragile about this subject if I just was homeschooled. So
yes, we would. I've just said this, maybe school, when we're not at home, when it's not our safe place, we learn how to face the problems without our parents' help, right? So you need to face it in your own way, because there won't be anyone there to support you or to help you and to solve your problem for you. It's really hard. However, how was the conversation for you? Would you recommend homeschooling? The last question.
I I want to finish homeschooling. I have 3 kids. I have 3 kids here. Of course, I'm kidding. You say you read
The 10th question. Would you recommend homeschooling? If so, yeah, why or not? Why not?
I don't recommend it. Kids need to meet other kids, parents, brothers of your friends. Kids need to stay face to face with other kids. It's very important. Other people's with money, without money, other religions, other race. It's very important to me. Of course, it's very important for my daughters.
Very good. Thank you so much. Cassiano, let me ask you. I'm gonna ask the ones I know who are parents. Okay, Cassiano, let me ask you number 6. How can parents who homeschool kids give the opportunity to their children to socialize?
Yes, I know. So yes, it's a challenge because if you just homeschooling at home from home, just no one around especially if you have one kids and you need to struggle about that because sometimes you need to help neighborhoods help or I don't know try to socialize of them because the skill of socialize does decrease from your kids. And you need to think about that. And sometimes to getting professional guys help, like psychology guys. I don't know. It is so hard to getting understand 100% about how can I improve my socialized kids. Do you know?
Very good. And the last but not least, Lou, I'm gonna ask you question number 7. Homeschooling avoids many problems such as bullying. Considering this, should government encourage more homeschooling? What do you think? Difficult question.
Sorry, the guys in my house.
It's okay, Lou, it's okay.
It's about it. Homeschool is terrible when it's the full house. But about the questions, I said on record home that when you go at school, you can know how to defend yourself, how avoid bullying. When you are at home, you are the point of view of your parents. And the point of view of your parents sometimes is talk with your teacher, don't say anything. it will pass, you know, and they don't learn how to avoid bullying. Bullying happens um, in our place, you know. You go to supermarket, there are bullying. There is bullying. You go to college, there is bullying. If you don't know how to defend, you suffer with mental health, your mental health. You
Yes,
need to know how to defend yourself,
very
and
good.
you know it at school.
Very good, Lo. Yes, and bullying sometimes happens in the families or at the workplace, and it's really, really complicated. Well, guys, we're running out of time, so I'm going to share with you again the link to the survey. You can share your thoughts on this meeting, about me, about the topic. You can suggest new topics too if you want. And I think that's it. It was a pleasure talking to you. If you want to take classes, you can go to our website too. We have classes for beginners, intermediate, everything focused on you and your speaking abilities. Okay, thank you so much. It was a pleasure. I really hope you have a great day. And I really hope to see you next week here too.